this presentation that was given by Lieutenant General Khumalo in Parliament on the 5th, and which was again repeated in your meeting with the Minister on the 6th, and again on the 27th of March, where General Masemola said Minister and Mr. Kabinde even got angry because they were opposed to it, speaks about a phasing out process, a transition process. If you look at your letter of the 4th of February, in fact, initially on the 17th of January, whether, let's forget about whether it was authorized or not. It talks about an immediate, that's what the Minister said in his directive, shut the task team down immediately, disestablish it. What Khumalo talks about on the 4th of March, the 5th of March, again on the 27th of March, talks about a transition of the team. Here you ask on the 4th of February, you say, give me a status report and give me the dockets. Hand over the dockets. That's the difference, General Sibiya. No. And the National Commissioner's evidence was that he was in favor of this presentation. He was criticized for not telling the Minister that your directive is unlawful, or I don't agree with your directive. But ultimately, this is what he accepted and not what you said either on the 17th of January or the instructions you gave on the 4th of February.
Yes. You see, when we say immediately, when they say disband immediately, it does not necessarily mean that close the shop now, leave everything and go. It's not what it says. We can read, we can go through this document that is drafted. Remember, it makes provision for handing, it says case over protocols. A comprehensive handing over protocol for an ongoing investigation must be established and implemented in consultation with the Divisional Commissioner for Detective Service. This protocol should include complete case files, evidence. Now, I want us to go to the previous paragraph that says accountability. Effective immediately, all investigative personnel of the indicated of the task team responsible for case docket are directly accountable to the Divisional Commissioner and Forensic Service until they are reassigned to alternative units. This personnel will remain responsible for all investigations and resources allocated to them until a formal handing over is completed in accordance with the established protocol. Do you follow, Councillor? Now, this was not immediate. The same arrangement applies to crime intelligence and other personnel who will be accountable to the relevant divisional and provisional commissioners until the final arrangement are communicated. So which means, if I were to read this whole document into the record, stakeholder communications, all internal and external stakeholders must be notified in writing about the disbandment of the political killing task team, the transition plan for ongoing cases, and the future protocols. So which means, when you read at all these key words, they're not talking like now. They say this must happen, this must unfold, this must unfold. It's a process, but it starts today, or it starts now, immediately. So that is what I was referring to.
Let me read to you what you say in your statement, what you understood the Minister to mean. You said, this is on page 17 of your statement, paragraph 45. I understood the Minister's directive to mean that the disbandment of the PKTT was to be given effect to immediately. Yes. As such, I communicated the directive to the team as per the instructions of the office of the NC.
Yes.
And we know from the NC, those were not his instructions.
No,
From
no,
the NC himself, you spoke about, okay, to be fair, from the office of the NC. Then you say at paragraph 46 in the last sentence.
Sorry, Chair. I want to say when the chair say when the evidence leader is saying those were not instructions from the NC. No, everything that I reacted to or responded to were from the Office of the National Commissioner.
Okay. Then, but we're dealing with what you understood.
Yes.
The minister's directive to mean. You said it means giving effect immediately. And this is what you communicated to the team. Then at paragraph 46, you say in the last sentence, the minister's directive did not say disband within 6 months or within a month. It said immediately, which means now.
Yes.
Now that's not what you're saying today.
No. I understand the technicality around that, but all I'm saying is that as much as we say, I didn't say they must start next month or in 6 months. I wanted them to start now. And when I say I wanted them to start now, I mean they must start the process now. And this is what happened. But above all, what then happened is what the National Commissioner wanted to see happening, the winding down. What does the winding down entail? The winding down or the phase-out approach is as per the approved plan by the National Commissioner. The one that the National Commissioner said, I approve, the one with the action plan that I just read, this one on page 79. This is what the National Commissioner approved, which is the winding down. That winding down is the one that gives effect to the dockets being brought in on this date. Now, they brought the docket on the, it says on the 17th, but the handing over was done on the 28th of March. General Kumalo brought the docket to General Sintumul. On the 28th, they sat with a team to do a handing over. I was not there. And remember, the National Commission says his plan took precedence. We are now dealing with the precedence that the National Commissioner wanted to deliver the dockets to a specific unit by this date. This is what is happening. That was approved by the National Commissioner in his own statement. Now, on the 17th, they were brought, but on the 28th of March, they did a handing over. That handing over now brought the docket to General Sintumula so that they can be distributed to serious and violent crime. It is at the time when they were taken now to General Mkwanazi, who then said, I don't want those dockets in my province. Take them to General Sibiya's office. So in my case, I never even kept any docket gathering dust in my office or locked any docket in my safe. I don't have a safe in my office nor any archive. I don't have. So it was just a simply misleading the nation to say, General Sibiya withdrew the docket, they called for the docket, they are not being investigated, they are sitting in the office gathering dust. They never gathered dust in my office. They were taken, as per the plan of the National Commissioner, taken to where they were supposed to be taken up until the Provincial Commissioner said, I don't want them. Then the next logical thing was NESCOM, they did inform the National Commissioner and said, General, the PC says he doesn't want this docket. That's when he said, oh, well, let General Sibiya make a plan. Then we put a team together to make sure that these dockets are not delayed. But for that, we cannot put a team here from Gauteng to go to KZN in a place they don't know. And then without any budget, they need to be protected. They need accommodation. They need S&T. Now, we needed to have a budget application. That's when we applied for a budget. And we applied, we did mention even in the report that the PC says it doesn't want these dockets, but they must be investigated. And then we wrote, the National Commission never responded. Up until after I left, the National Commissioner wrote a letter that says, what are the dockets doing at head office? Some of these dockets must be taken to the stations where they belong as agreed.